War Journal of Captain Gabriel Angelos. The situation on the planet Tartarus is grim. While the Blood Ravens crushed the main Orc offensive at the spaceport, the bulk of their force is not engaged. They gather in the wilderness, awaiting a critical mass of bodies that will overwhelm the Imperial forces in a green wave of death and destruction. The Blood Ravens will not allow this to occur. Orbital monitoring has detected an area in the southern forests where the Orcs appear to be massing. Orcs only respect strength, so they will look to the largest of their groups to lead them. We will insert a small, covert strike force to eliminate these Orc leaders and destroy any encampments where the Orcs might mass. This should cut to the heart of the Orcs' fighting spirit and delay their inevitable counterattack. We must tread lightly, lest we disturb this slumbering beast.
Alrighty, what's up guys? Dork Sparks here. I'm bringing you some more Warhammer stuff. This time, it's not Space Marine. First campaign, the vanilla campaign of Dawn of War, which is the Blood Ravens campaign. Definitive Edition actually does include the other 3 campaigns, the notable one being Winter Assault. So I might play through all those if these videos get enough support, because I actually do love Dawn of War, the Dawn of War series, at least Dawn of War 1, because Dawn of War 1 got the whole mechanic and premise of the game right, which is basically it's Command and Conquer set in the 40k universe. And I love base building. That was one of the big things I loved about Command and Conquer. So right now we're in the second mission. We're actually we're like halfway through this second mission, because the first half was basically infiltrating, getting up to this point. So this is about maybe 10 minutes or so into the mission. So right now I just captured these 2 strategic points and I'm getting ready to start establishing a base. The one thing I remember about Dawn of War is I don't have a whole lot of freedom as far as creativity with my bases. And the one thing I loved, obviously with the base building, was being able to set and place certain aspects of the building, like the barracks, the command center, like basically the command hub for the entire base, my power supply and all that. I love kind of sectionalizing everything into their own unique sections. So like this section is the whole entire armory. This section would be the barracks section, that kind of stuff, resources, logistics, that type of thing. Can't really do a whole lot here in Dawn of War. I don't even know if you can actually rotate your structures, because it would be really nice if I could rotate structures, but it doesn't look like it can. So for now, I'm just going to try and make it as, I don't know, aesthetically pleasing. Again, I don't know if you can rotate structures or not, but it would be nice if you could, because that's kind of like my OCD gets triggered when I look at the entrance of a building and it's pointing in the opposite direction and I can't rotate it. So right now, getting this stuff set up, I gotta strengthen my units. Right now, I have 2 full squads of basic Space Marines, but these are upgraded by default. Looks like I lost the Space Marine. Oh, I lost the Space Marine, yeah. So let's get these guys over here. Oh, why is he way over there?
For the glory of the Emperor.
Let's attach him to a squad.
Yes, my lord.
Where are you going?
Who stands with
Let's attach you to this squad.
Yes, my lord.
Keep you here.
this day.
Let's see. Can I hold them? Can I have them hold ground? Hold ground.
Direct us to the enemy.
Hold ground. That way, these guys will not be moving when enemies come nearby, which means enemies will not be able to kite them when they're in their hold ground stance. Hold ground stance. Okay, stronghold is finally done. Now let's get to constructing a chapel barracks. This is basically how we're going to create Space Marines. See, look at that. I can't place it. I would love to place it right here. I would actually love to rotate it, but I can't. So this is the best I can do. Yeah, it's going to be all lopsided. This is what I don't like. Oh, and these guys are in the way. This is my whole thing about base building. Everything, it has to look pretty. If it does not look good, I don't want it. So let's just put one right here. And then let's put another one right here. Creating 2 chapel barracks, that way I can increase, or not increase, but I can create twice the amount of units, but I can only carry 2 more squads. Because if you see right here on this corner, this little bar right here, or this little statistic, I don't know what they call this thing here, but you see right here, 8 out of 10, that's how many active squads I have. That's the only thing I don't like about Dawn of War's mechanics, is you're actually limited to the amount of squads you can have as per the base. You can upgrade the amount of squads you have. So like this here, squad cap increase, click that. So it doesn't tell me, I'll just have to wait and see once the upgrade's done to see how many more Space Marine squads I can field. Because right now it's only the second mission. I can't really field any of the specialized units like assault marines, chaplains, librarians, and gray knights. I completely forgot that you can field gray knights in this game, but gray knights have a very hefty requirement, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to see gray knights for a while, not until I go later up into the campaign. Okay, so the upgrade finished, and I can carry 15 squads of marines. So let's just put some waypoints right here. Create 2 here and 2 here. Let these 2 barracks cook for a bit while they create those units. I'll have 4 units here in a bit. All right, so here are my first set of Space Marines. So I got 2 squads. You can see here, I only have 4 squads, while these 2 squads have 8 Marines each. Let's actually keep these guys from moving. There's actually a couple things you got to do to actually make your squad stronger. One is actually increasing the amount of members you can have in the squad. By default, only get 4 Marines. You can see here, right here in this little index sheet, tells you the stats of that squad. So right now, 4 out of 8. That means I have 4 Marines out of 8 in total. All I got to do is just add more members. This does cost resources, but I have plenty of resources to fully upgrade these squads. So I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade all of them, and then I should have. Where's the where's the second squad? Oh, population full, okay. Population full. Okay, well, as you can see here, I have 1 squad that's ready to be deployed, but I am full on my squad population. Again, this is the thing I don't like about Dawn of War, is at least on the vanilla terms, because in the mods, they actually fixed this to where you can field as many units as you want without a squad cap limit. This is actually by default in Command and Conquer. I don't know why Dawn of War did it like this. I mean, the whole premise of Warhammer 40k is hundreds of thousands of soldiers versus hundreds of thousands of enemies, of Xenos. I don't know why here it's heavily restricting you. All right, now first order of business, I'm gonna take a squad. Probably going to take 3 squads, can come back here. There's a strategic point I can capture here. Will actually increase my resources. So it's going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to take my fresh squads. So let's take these 3 guys. I'm going to leave these guys here to defend the base, because I cannot create any base defenses yet. Looks like I can create an armory now, and the armory will actually allow me to upgrade my squads with better weaponry. So once that's done, I'll upgrade these 3 squads here with more advanced weaponry, a little bit more damage going into these structures over here, increase their survivability. It can also increase their health. Once they get their upgrades, we're going to go and demolish this area here. I got to take these guys out first before I bring a servitor over there so I can put a listening post on the strategic point that I'll be capturing. All right, should be good. They're still upgrading the heavy bolters, but by the time I get there, they'll be fully upgraded.
Orders received, brother. Weapons at ready. It is time. For the Emperor!
Emperor, protect us.
Orders received.
All right, that was pretty quick. I did end up losing a Space Marine. It looks like I lost one of my heavy bolter units, which means I have to re-upgrade as well as resupply that 1 squad with the reinforcement. I'll just go ahead and do that and replace the heavy bolter that was lost, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Now I can capture this strategic point. Capturing the strategic point, you can capture it as is and you'll get passive resources from it. But if you put a listening post on it, it'll increase the amount of resources you can get.
Yes, Lord. Initializing build protocol.
The camera control, it's a little bit wonky. It's 2004 camera controls, even though they kind of improved some of the camera angles. It's just, it still feels like I'm playing in 2004. Command and Conquer's control scheme for the camera movement is so much simpler. I can just use the WASD keys to move around, but here it's all based on the mouse movement. And then I have to hold down left alt to rotate the camera, which is a little bit weird. I'm not used to it. But the one thing that did improve was the zoom in. So now you can like really zoom in on these guys and really get a look at your units. Firstborn, Blood Ravens. All right, so this is basically my full fighting force, thanks to the squad cap that this base gives me. There's nothing else I can do here. Everyone's fully upgraded. Everyone's maxed out on squad cap. This one has 9 because I have the force commander there attached to him.
Follow my lead.
Keeps their morale up. All we got to do now is just start steamrolling. One thing I will do though,
At your command.
I'll take my sniper unit
Yes, my lord.
and help these guys out with taking out some of the heavier targets. Looks like we got strategic point over there. Most likely will be some enemies. I think what I'll do is
Moving out. Fear denies faith.
group them up.
Scouts in position.
We're gonna take the scout unit as
Yes,
well.
my lord.
That way it's 3 and 3.
Come
Always
on.
set these guys to hold ground. Can I
At
group
your
these guys
command.
actually? Can I do a
Mission secure.
I don't think I can group.
The mutant, the heretic.
Scouts here.
Alright, so I'll keep these guys here so that way we're not flanked.
Scouts advance.
And we'll move up with these guys here, this first squad. Alright, so the pacing of this mission, it's still pretty slow. It is kind of on the boring side just because it is a second mission. There's not a whole lot going on. Don't have access to a whole lot of features or units. But the campaign does ramp up pretty quickly, getting access to vehicles and whatnot. I'm kind of just showing you what this mission looked like. But yeah, a little bit boring. Alright, let's move these guys up.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
Alright, now let's get these guys over here and flank. We'll do a pincer attack.
The Emperor protects.
On patrol.
We are the Emperor's chosen. Under fire.
This almost looks like it's the main base.
Orders received.
Today the enemy shall know fear. Beware.
Okay, I gotta look at a squad count. Looks like I've lost 4 Marines in this squad, so let's go ahead and reinforce them. Got 2 scouts down here. We'll reinforce them.
The mutant, the heretic.
Alright, so I ended up losing a Scout Marine regiment. Or not a regiment, I just ended up losing a Scout Marine squad. So now one of the units already had finished up in queue on the barracks, just automatically respawned since it freed up a squad count. Actually, what I'll do preemptively is I'll just set spawn points out here. So once I lose a squad completely, the ones that are spawning from the barracks will be rallied right here. Makes it a little bit easier. So here's the fresh squad. Now at full strength. I'm just gonna give them all. Actually, I'll just give them 2 flamers, 2 heavy bolters. All right, kind of steamrolling them. I'm losing a couple of soldiers in one of my squads, but that's fine, as long as I don't usually lose the unit entirely. Ooh, that was a big boom. Let's go ahead and just reinforce these guys while that unit is still alive.
Weapons at ready. It is time.
Walk softly and carry a big gun.
Sometimes I just like to look at the action and not say anything.
I must speak with the captain.
He is giving the Emperor his praise. Leave him this moment.
Yes, brother librarian. We completed our sweep of the area and can find no more orcs.
Indeed. Tell your squad to move ahead and clear the company's path.
Yes, brother librarian.
I will suffer no trespass.